Alrighty. And away we go. So, let's load up the live build. I kind of did want to play in PTU just a little bit because we have that new AR. But there are some things that I want to test out in live. There are some things that I want to see work, and yeah. I've been slacking on putting out my fleet comp video because I ended up talking for an hour and a fucking half, and I have to re-record all that shit whenever I grab anything from a stream because cutting stuff out of a YouTube stream is not very efficient. So, all right, we're live there, live there. Why are we not live here? Let me just refresh that, make sure. Interesting. We do need to bring up Spotify here, get our music going. Hey, Big Sponge, good to see you again. I love how, like, last week or 2 weeks ago, I set up a stream schedule, and now I'm just like, I just want to play the game. And so I'm just live all the time. All right, let's hop in the PU. We are in right now. We're in live, but we might go and play a bit in PTU if my idea here doesn't work out. So last stream we did some science and we determined that NDBs are going to be a good weapon. So I kind of want to figure out what it will take for us to craft them. That's one thing I kind of want to do. Whether or not we can buy equipment and dismantle it to get what we need to craft it, because frankly, your boy is not a miner. I do have a mining ship. I have a golem, but I don't know if I can pull it off. Funny, because the last weeks we have had no desire to even open the game. See, I was in that boat. And I don't really know what changed. I think in general the 8.x patches got better, right? 4.9 is really fun in a weird way where it's not like new exciting content exactly, but it's like, hey, we're bringing back shields and laser meta for the fighters, but we aren't ruining that for the heavier armed ships. And at first I was a little bit upset with that. Like at first I was like, oh wait, we're only nerfing the size 1 to 3s. What the hell are we doing in CIG? And then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I don't hate that, because that's an M80 buff. That's a Guardian MX buff. That's a heavily armed fighter buff, which honestly, I mean, anything we do to buff the Hornet, the Guardian, those are good changes. Both Guardians, the regular and the MX, got buffed. Wow. Titanium, gold, lindium. Well, alrighty. Why is my game like stuttering like a motherfucker? Dude. Oh, somebody had a cup of coffee. Is that why I'm lagging? Is the coffee too potent and powerful? I mean, I kind of took a break, honestly. I was also really into DayZ. I had a server I liked. I had a base with a friend. What was that voice? But yeah, I had a base with a friend. We were doing well. Then we got killed by a group of like 5 players, and it was weird that like there were fresh spawn guys showing up with rifles. Kill us, and we're like, yeah, we'll put in a weird message to the admin, just see how it is, right? Because that was just strange. Maybe they were just freshies with their friends running up from the coast or something. And they gave them guns, right? Turns out it was all one dude, and we fought one dude 5 times, like back. Like we kill him, he teleports back in. But the mod refused to comp us any of the equipment we lost when we died to a hacker. So that kind of like killed the server for us. Like, man, we lost like 2 advanced plate carriers, an SVD, Asphalt, like that was some hard stuff to get, and again, just stuff that was gone. So I actually think I want to just teleport back to microsite to start. You can buy titanium and gold, but not lindium. I found lindium a lot in Nyx. At the very least, when we were doing the, at least in PTU. Is there anything we can dismantle that gives lindium? Why are there so many people at Everest? I have not seen this many people at Everest in a long time. Hey, Adam, good to see you again. All right, we are going to fast travel to Microtech. Yeah. Aneurysm. What happened, right? And now we're gonna have the on death respawn lag of new laggage. If I remember correctly, they removed the ability to dismantle into rare materials, and that's, I hadn't heard that. That kind of sucks. I see why they did it. I'm not even saying I disagree with it. I'm just saying, as somebody who doesn't want to fucking mine, ouch. Well, shoot. See, what I was going to do, unironically, chat, was I was going to make a bunch of those weapons just to have them and have them ready for 4.9. And then I was like, maybe I'll try like a solo Hathor run, but I didn't know if I was actually gonna get to it, so I didn't want to like title the stream "Can I solo Hathor?" But that's what I mean, like not like just looking for kills, like can I actually complete the Hathor event and completely solo? But you could try the NN cannons they have in the recipe, so that's gonna be Levski. Okay. Like as long as they aren't worse than stock, I don't care about
Capsule now approaching station.
I don't care about the crafted bonuses. Like 500 quality and above is perfectly fine for me, right?
Station momentarily.
So it looks like everyone's trying to sell their stuff in the global chat right now. I guess with the wipe coming, they're like, hey, anyone wants to finish their Ricola? I also want to see if my other helmet is available at, oh god, available at the elevator here. Pretty sure there isn't a wipe. There's not a wipe, but there are some items that don't survive the reset, right? Like I actually think ore doesn't survive the reset, right? So like I shouldn't get excess. I should just get what I need to create the weapons I need. I really like how the Quartz SMG kind of fits in. This Black Ops 1 fits in with the entire kit here. The glowing green on the gun, I think, ties in well. I normally hate this backpack because this backpack doesn't go well with anything. It doesn't really go well with this suit, but the shape kind of works with the back shape of the armor. Years of Tarkov is So it's different though, right, Sponge? In Tarkov, you're losing armor and you're losing weapons and you're losing rep, but you aren't losing access to entire chunks of gameplay, right? Like, especially if you aren't a big old whale like me, every time there's a wipe, you can lose your favorite ship that you've unlocked for your stuff, right? Like, let's say you did this something very similar to my Zero to Hero account, where you started off in an Aurora, that's the ship you bought, then you got a Guardian from an executive hangar, then you use that to grind up a cargo ship, and now you're like doing cargo, and now you're buying like a Hull C or something, and then there's a wipe, and it's like, well shit, I'm back to my Aurora, I can't play the loops I realized I really enjoy now, right? And so like that's why it's a little bit rougher. Wipes are a good thing in Tarkov because they reset the playing field, and the guys who no life it, aren't just running into every raid with completely maxed out kits, level 4 explosive resistant body armor, things like that, right?
Hi, and welcome to New Babbage.
That's interesting. Obviously, I don't interact with that stuff, so I'm just going off what I've heard. So I'll take your word for it. All right. So I actually want to put back this helmet in here for right now. And then I want to see if I can't pull off that. Okay, yeah, but so the rerolling stats thing, I think would be annoying, right? Especially if you'd only mine stuff that was good, you have a way higher chance of just getting something bad or broken, or not broken, but just bad. If I claim the dashbot, does it brick the dashbot currently on my ship, or do I get infinite dashbots? Should be souls, should be S. Yep. I don't think I can get that helmet back. That's a shame. Probably breaks the whole account, says Aandix. Right? Damn, I was hoping I could get my helmet back. Darn. Exclude pains. Let's see. Yeah, I guess they aren't giving back armor yet in this, huh? Look at Urkel, they changed it fully. Urkel got UI changes. So I never used Urkel, but let's just see. I was always an SP viewer. Okay. I don't hate it, but of course I'm not used to this layout. So let's look at ship by ship I am used to and stuff. Like let's pull out the Gladius and let's see. All right, the thruster info is kind of interesting. Cargo management's over there. Okay. Where's my third weapon? Oh, this is on 2x. I see. Okay. Okay, so it condenses that down based on that. I don't think 837 DPS is correct though. $837 sustained DPS from 3 Panthers? That does not seem correct. That Claude generated UI, I can recognize the styling. Oh no. It's confirmed vibe coded. Ugh. I don't think I'll be switching over to from my glorious SP viewer. SP viewer is my baby. Like, I won't say objectively this is better. It's just that I'm used to it, right? You were talking shit in the SP's Discord? Okay, gotcha. All right, well, so let's take a look at the MDB blueprint. I know 9ball already gave it to me. HDMS Bezdek. So is the answer we are going mining, chat? Is there no way we can get the Lindium? Here we go. So we're gonna need the 26s and the 30s. And so they all take the same stuff. Looks like per gun is 23 CSCU. I would probably want to have though like 8 of the size 3. No, I would probably want like 10 size 3. So that would be what, 2.3 SCUs. But then I would want 2 of the size 1s just in case we go that way on the arrow. I don't think it's more complicated at all, honestly. Like, just to me, this simply just looks like, I don't think this is a complicated system. Like, if you're making a build, right? You look in these boxes, which are all very clearly just basically right out of the game, and you look at the power section. Now, yeah, if you're going through the comparison charts and stuff and things, but in general, really, it just kind of just gives you the info, and you just got to look at it. Like, you have to read the info a bit. That's all it is. I honestly think this is just as difficult. Now, obviously, this is apparently like a new and bad UI, but like I feel like this is just as like especially if you're trying to compare ships, I feel like it's better in SP. I'm also used to SP. Well, guys, should we try out the Iron Chad for this? I don't think we have our golem kitted out here.
Please visit us again.
Hey Aries, good to see you. All right. The question is, did any of the stuff we bought for the golem back in 4.7 survive? Does not seem that way. Ooh, all right. stored all my ships prep for the patch, debating which home location to pick at this time. I'm just gonna say it, like, I'm just kind of like, I feel like there's not a better place than New Babbage or Orison. The Arrowview hangars are just elite. They're just the best, especially if you're loading up a large ship. But that's me. New title stream, Cal gets back against those rocks. Guys, you're gonna watch the rock kill me. I can't mind. I'm gonna blow that bitch up or just not do anything to it. Going to New Cabbage next, but no planets there next. Yeah. See, the thing is like, unless the gameplay you want is always in Nyx, it's kind of just a pain to do anything else. Yeah, we're on live right now, Ekon. Because we're thinking, I was hoping there would be a way for me to cheese the crafting of the NDBs. Like, I could just buy guns and then dismantle them to get what I needed to craft the NDBs at base value. Does not seem to be the case. Oh, I forgot I sold my liveries when I swapped over to the Liberator. Why is the command module is doing funky things right there? I need to remember that this is not I need to remember that this is not I'm gonna lose my dash 5. I put it on the ironclad. Be real here. This is not 4.9 where we can remove the command module entirely. So honestly, doing the ironclad for this might be a terrible idea. Maybe we should just do the Polaris, but I am hoping that we can make it something happen here. And I should probably get an actual tractor beam now too. There's my missiles.
Takeoff complete. Landing complete. Engine offline.
Oh yeah. No, my work was super busy. Had to lock in. Should we take the crafter with us? I mean, if we're having to go to Nyx anyways. I mean, here's the thing, guys. So this is, if I'm correct, right? They haven't buffed the laser power yet till 4.9. So like, should I even attempt to mine Lindium? I know Syl offered me some, but I don't want to take his entire stock. And I don't care about quality. I really just want 500 quality, or like I'll take better, but like. So if we can find shit tier rocks that I can mine, that low quality, I'll take it, because I just want to have the guns and have them not be worse than if they were from a exec hangar or something, right? Or from a contested zone. I don't need to have plus 10,000% damage on them. I think when I was first like really worried about crafted weaponry, I'll be honest, since I don't know the difference when I get shot down by somebody in live, which doesn't happen super often, at that point it was never so egregious where it's like, whoa, I just insta got deleted by that, right? So I definitely was making a bit of a mountain of a molehill back when that first change happened. So the Basher does seem like it will be a light fighter, chat. You know, Nine Ball sent me some interesting looking elite stats, and it looks like, I'm gonna be real with you, I'm kind of excited for it. I kind of think they cooked. Here's the thing, the Basher is going to be fragile as fuck. It's gonna have probably one of the lowest HP values of any light fighter. Like, it's gonna be more fragile than the Gladius by a decent amount, but then only one size 1 shield, but it has 6 weapons. We don't know if those are size 4s and size 3s like we thought, but we know it is at the very least 6. So it could be all size 3s, it could be size 3s and size 2s, it could be size 3s and size 4s. But either way, 6 weapons, with at least some of them being size 3s, is pretty damn intense for burst DPS. And it rates only 1 degree slower than the Gladius, so it's faster and more maneuverable than a Hawk in the rate fight. Now, in terms of speed, it's actually a little slow. It's 220 versus 225 for the Gladius, and a little bit less nav and boost, but like, that's still plenty enough for that. And so I've always said I want more fragile fighters, and so if this thing both dies quick but can kill quick with those size 6 guns, I actually think it could be a really fun ship. It would definitely not be a beginner ship. Why did my Ironclad immediately go into a claim state? All right, guys, I feel like we're making a mistake using the Ironclad for this. Well, we have 2 Ironclads, so
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
I want to get more ammo for this thing too. I don't know, so I'm gonna tell you guys right now that if we get a weird glitch out or bug out with the Ironclad, we're probably going to abandon this idea really quick. But if things go well and we actually first pick up our gold and what else was it? Titanium? Then we can then we get to the next, we mine some up. I mean, what should I get? Like at Levski, can I get all I need for my golem? We're gonna need a helmet again. Oh, actually, let's try a Drake one. I don't know how the Drake one will look against the green. It might look very Christmassy. Hello, take it off. All right. And there's our other tractor. I don't like having 2 guns on with this setup, but yeah, here we go. I do really like the Ironclad. I think we're gonna like it a lot more next patch. I want to actually do our challenge that we held on. I'm not giving up on the Zero to Hero, by the way. I'm not, but there are other things for me to test right now, right? We will return to the Zero to Hero account. But really also, like, I didn't want to do the event on the account. Because that always felt a little, I don't know, not evergreen. And if I do eventually make that into a video, I'm not saying make it a guide for anybody, but at least like, oh hey, at the time of playing, anyone could have done this, right? All right, let's find out if the Ironclad is going to kill me. I've been spoiled by it in 4.9. Ironclad is salted by bugs. I still wish we could name more ships. Sir? Hi, kitten. Hello. Not too bad now. All right, I'll take it.
Engines online. Takeoff complete. Landing complete. Takeoff complete. Engines, all systems offline.
That's a shame for the scanning. That's fully on that pad. Kitty, nope, Kitty, you can't be on my keyboard. I love you, but you can't be on the keyboard. Go to your bed. Oh, go to your bed. Yeah, cat butt. I put him in his bed, he's instantly like, nah, I'm going back to your keyboard, bro. Zero to Hero was a cat play. Dude, I don't know, man. Benny's got that killer instinct. I think he'd take up PvP just like me. This little terrorist. He is like, you will have no mouse pad or keyboard. Baby, I have a bed for you right there. It's softer than my keyboard. Come here. He like plops down on it all aggressively. I'm just worried you're gonna blow me up, baby. Yeah. Come here. Come here. Yep, there you go. Little terrorist.
Your systems are offline. Hello and welcome aboard your dream interplanetary craft.
And there he goes again. Kitty. Here's your bed. Go into the bed. There you go. All right.
Weapons.
So there was one time on my old stream that I was playing Escape from Tarkov. This was back on Twitch, and this was like 2018-ish, so a long time ago. And I was playing with a friend, and at that time I had a cat of the name of Patches. Did I just damage this thing? Taking it off? Nope.
Landing.
And so I was like checking out my friend's new helmet. I was scoped in, and Patches jumps up and literally puts a pod directly on left click and shoots him in the head. And I'm just like, you little murder kitten, holy crap, you did that intentionally. And literally on stream, you could see him jump up, the back of his head, then he looks down, and then just bam, I blow his head off. Yeah.
Landing complete. Engine, your systems are offline.
All right, we're all loaded up. Actually raising PvP cats. There we go. And yeah, I still kind of wish these pads were in the front, not all the way in the back. But we have to remember the Ironclad, while it can work as a carrier, is still optimized for cargo or for, you know, heavy hauling, right? But this way, you know, we got a meta arrow in case somebody messes with us. And the golem we can just take with us, which honestly we don't even need to do this, guys. We could just claim this somewhere. But you know what? I like carrier ops because I like making things unnecessarily long and complicated with the cool factor of having a ship inside of a ship. So let me have my autism. Star Citizen will do that. And I bet you didn't get a chance to like set a respawn or anything, huh? We'll probably get that same thing here. I mean, we're flying an Ironclad, so I kind of wish some of these doors were a little more automated. A lot of doors. All right. Well, I do want my radar to be powered. So, like, how the fuck does CIG get away with this shit? Where you buy a brand new ship and, like, it can barely power itself? Like, all the big ships seem to have huge power limitations.
Your systems are online.
And like, I don't think that, you know, a couple of JS400s will fix that.
Everyone here hopes you enjoyed your visit to Microtech, the Empire's leading innovator in all things technology. Different is good.
All right, and really quick, let me pull back up what 9 bullets said where I'm going. HCMS Bezdek. I have to imagine there's going to be some big rework of how it is managed, or there's been some reason to want to put up pistons or various different reasons. I hope so. I'm just going to say it. The new power system that we've had, new, but the one we've been living with for a while, is just kind of bad. It needs iteration, right? Here's what it doesn't do. It doesn't have you actively manage things like in the old system where you had the power triangle, or at the very least, while it was very gamey, it was an active skill check. Our frames just died. An active skill check that for you to manage. It kind of is just a set and forget. Like get your components, set your pips, never touch it again. It's hard to use. It's hard to use if you ever do fuck something up or you get attacked and you aren't ready for it. There's no keybinds. You can't save presets. You can't do anything like that. You can't do any way of interacting with it without using the inner thoughts menu, which is really unresponsive, and it adds no additional depth or anything to large ships. It is a framework that might be okay, but as it is in the game currently, it's just kind of bad. The power triangle was elite. I miss it every day. I had an entire hat switch on my sticks that was just for managing my power mid fights. Now it had its own issues. There was no reason to ever do sub anything. You would always do max guns, max shields, max engines, max guns. All right, you know, back down to max shields, get that recharge up quick, go, and it was pretty frantic, but it was fun. So no, as far as I can tell, the keybinds are just to dump power into certain categories, but it doesn't let you pick where that power is coming from, so it's not very useful. While we're jumping here, guys, I want to show you, like, for those of you who are newer, what we used to have. Hold on. I think he had a video on it from back in the day. Yeah, here we go. So this is Avenger, and Avenger, you know, became a controversial figure. I don't want to have a real talk about that. He's retired now. He doesn't play the game anymore, but he was kind of the first big PvP instructor on YouTube that I found. This was our old UI. And there definitely are some things that... There's a dumbfire. I miss it so much. Right here is the power triangle that we had, right? So you have engines, shields. So engines on the right, shields on the bottom, I think, and then guns on the left. So right now he's in full engine, so that way his boost comes back faster, right? And I notice how they're going on the 45. This is the old flight model and stuff. He has lag pip, so that's his point of aim down there, right? So he's trying to put that over.
So right here, big mistake, big mistake.
But then so now he's switching the guns, and he's only doing it just to get the recharge up faster. It is not changing his total level, right? But it is inspiring changing it off. But he's changing it right now. Every time he's down on a mag, he's changing back to gun power to get the recharge faster, and then back to engine power to get his engines to recharge faster. And he's only ever throwing it into shields when his own shields are low, right? And so it was a whole nother layer of management that was just lost. It was a layer of depth that was just lost in the dogfight. You could argue if it was good or bad, or if it was gamey or realistic, but it was kind of a staple part of space games. Like, a lot of space games have like a three-way power management system, and we just sort of lost that for now. We set it and forget it, and you either have enough power or you don't, and it's all kind of about your components and not my stick. Guys, I can't feel my stick. And once again, I don't hate the current game. I'm just saying that's something that I do miss. Like, here's what I think. I think that power triangle should come back for fighters and small ships. And then big ships have the advanced power management screen that an engineer role can then manage. And then maybe not, instead of making it just moving pips around, maybe it's a mini game to do things. And so you can literally have the, I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. Well, give me more. Okay, I'll find another 25% engine power because I'll ace this mini game and do something, right? Like, right? A1 versus Citizen Cal confirmed quickly on Reddit. I have fought A1. I'd never beaten him, of course. But he was out there for a long time. So yeah, there were plenty of times we got into a dual lobby with him or stuff like that, yeah. A1, before he became really jaded about the game, was in my opinion a pretty positive force for the game initially. Obviously, dude had some ego issues. Dude had some demons he was fighting at the time as well. Like I said, he fully retired from and like left YouTube and everything and found God, which to each their own, right? To each their own. I'm not here to judge or anything. I did respect him a hell of a lot, and I really liked a lot of his early messaging though. Like, hey, you know, we all suck, but what you can try to do is just get 1% better every day. Like that's something that he was saying about the PvP that really stuck with me. So we got another ship down there that I can't target or see. That's great. Yeah, I got no info on that guy. Looks like a Vanguard or maybe a Perseus. It has those side wings. Another ship. That one's not moving though. Is their shields up?
Shield system offline.
Get our landing pad stuff down. It's a Perseus. Yeah, I just saw the engines and the side wings thing, and so like from the scan view. Looks like he might be rearming. Oh. Okay, we may have struck a pole. Okay, this Drake brand duct tape is rather efficient. Don't touch it. All right. Yeah, we hit like that pole or something. What happened? What the Raelian doing? I just noticed the Raelian on his hind legs. When threatened, the wild Raelian will lean back and show its underbelly in a show of dominance. Bro, I feel like I'm being flashed by the Raelian there. Well, let's hope this guy is chill. I don't know why it says my shields are not being powered, but on my MFD it does. The space barge. Yes, well, we're trying to craft some NBDs before next patch because they're gonna be meta for the size 3 category. I'm still hearing that guy flying around up there. I think he's flying off. So this ship is smaller than the Polaris, but the way that it uses its space makes it feel bigger, right? The operations deck, the captain's area, the living quarters, this big, large central cargo zone. It feels like a larger ship, even though it isn't larger, just because there's more of that ship is usable space to you and shown to you at scale, right? Let's just test to see if this freight elevator even works. Not looking great. Okay. There is some hope. Now we just need to figure out where the heck we can buy stuff from. Right there, maybe? How's it going, Bosa? Storage, not there. Mining, not there. Well, maybe mining. We'll check it. But I don't think so. And I keep hearing like a hovering ship. Yeah, like I said, we're getting set up right now to get NBDs. So we're trying to buy the crafting materials, and then we're gonna have to do some mining, which I don't really want to do. So yeah, this was not the room. But last night we fully unlocked Xenothreat for everyone. Okay. Is it storage? And the only reason I even did Xenothreat was once again because NBDs. They're gonna be good again. Son of a fuck, it's in storage. Fuck you. We wasted a bunch of time there. Alright, so titanium. They have 8 SCU on hand. So we will buy that. And then we need gold. High inventory of that. So, I mean, no real reason to do... Why though? Oh, sir, I'm trying to give you money. An Inferno versus an M80. The M80 will slaughter it. Will slaughter it. That will not be a close fight. So what? Do I need to... Like... Let's take it, I guess? Oh, I was in front of it. That is a great question, and I really hope it's still 500. I've experienced peak multi-crew. 3 Perseus ass, or none of them had gunners. So what, were they just torp spanning? That's funny. Yeah, alright. Well. It's 0 quality. I It's 0 quality to buy it. Well, no, we thought about that, and apparently you can't. Apparently that doesn't give the materials. Like, that was the first thing I wanted to do, was that. I want to go shoot something. Just can't get Veramaths. Alright, well, what do I go buy to dismantle? I need gold and titanium. At the very least, in like 2 SU amounts. Probably more than that, right? God, we just wasted like, I mean, it's not a lot, just, but we, you know, like 300k. Oh, you fun? Yeah, don't worry about it, man. I'm at this point though, like I'm about to just go kill people. Like, we still have PvP in our tag, and that just pissed me off. Here I am trying to.
Engines overheating.
Excuse you? Excuse you. Also, why are we overheating at 27C? Engines run I'm pretty sure that is not as cold as 27C. Gonna be real with you, game. Fun fact, actually, about jet engines. Jet engines, like for like airliners and stuff, run hotter internally than the melting point of the material that makes up those internal fan blades. And there's really clever engineering that stops them from melting just barely. AKA back to New Babbage. To New Babbage we go! And I'm just telling you, chat. If this goes bad once again, I'm gonna give up trying to be a goody two shoes boy, going out buying things and cargo and stuff, and I'm just gonna go start killing people. W crafting gameplay. Camp at the L1 station for free ores. Not really though. Like my org does do a lot of piracy, and you're barely gonna see anyone. And even when you do, 9 times out of 10, you can't actually do anything with the ore you take. It glitches out. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Sorry, kitten. No, at that point, guys, if we went into another hiccup, though, I am just gonna go to Hathor and just fucking kill shit or try to do it solo. So let's pull it all the way out, punch back in the camera zoom to give us this nice sense of scale here. What paints do you guys like on your ironclad? I think the best one you can't get anymore, which is just the black one. When did I turn off my music? Yeah, Dauntless is the best one, but like, I don't know. Let's get the music back on. I think we turned it off with the video here. Shop. Oh no, it's just all products and paints, right? I feel like the Ironclad, for such a cool ship, didn't get a lot of cool paints. Yeah. So the Aquamarina we used to have. But it's like, the Commando's not bad, I just don't like the yellow details. And also green is a weird color when there's not a lot of other ships you can put in that would also match. And you have white and like sepia or like ochre. And it's just like, I don't know, they kind of feel like the same skin. The Aquamarine is probably the best other one, but yeah. All I'm saying is there's a huge missed opportunity. Like, they know this is a pirate ship, right? That entire fucking top part could be a canvas. The entire top door could be a canvas for like a mural, a pirate mural or something. Yeah, right? Exactly. Ugh. Chat, I'm such a fucking normie, by the way. In my low-fly playlist, which I didn't make, I got it from a much better low-fly pilot called Forest Street Pete. He does a lot of low-fly to that same playlist. I finally discovered a very popular band that is not that like this band is niche at all. It's that you know, my music taste is stuck in 2010. But it's Sleep Token, and I've got their songs stuck in my head right now. But I know if I put on their music, I'm being instantly shut down. Like, instantly shut down by YouTube. Right, like a graffiti paint is perfect for this type of shit. No. All right. Let's see. What's it called? There is an online service. What's it called? I knew it at some point. I knew it at some point. Was it UEX? UEX, yeah. How much are NDBs going? Want to, yeah, we'll just do a whole search. Yeah, $1 million per unit, and I want fucking 8 of them. What about the 30s? The 30s might be cheaper. No, the 30s are way more. Wanted to sell 10 million. What the fuck? Quote the deals 1. Well, no, you're right. I fully agree with you, Sky. I just figured I'd check it because this is the problem with UEX right now. Is the economy's still broken and there's still like way too many like people that still have way too much money, and so like I'm not paying, you know, 1.3 mil for a single MDB gun, much less 10 mil for one. Bro, Driftbrosa, remember who you're talking to, okay? I put the hobo in Murder Hobo. I never have money. I don't like actually make money with my ships. I just go and PvP in them.
Here we are. One space, as promised.
Oh yes, millionaire. Yeah. My 1.2 mil, which is not a lot in this game. Cal is the welfare recipient they warned us about. That is a wild statement still. I fucking love that. Are we the next one? We are the next one. How we do, chat? Chat, I'm pretty proud of that one. We're a little bit forward, but we're centered. Okay, we're actually not that well centered. Okay, it's a B landing. I thought it was better than it was at first. At first, I thought we really had that nailed, but no. If dismantling is 0 quality, I'm honestly just gonna go murder people. Like, I'm giving up. In-game, 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 hold on. Pause. I mean, honestly, chat, should I even keep this? I'm not even gonna send it down. Because I don't want it to accidentally be crafted with at 0 quality. But you're becoming hangar decoration, I guess. Alright, so what do we need again? We needed deadbolts to dismantle. And what else? Bitch. That's not what I want to do. Yo, Betty Radar. Jesus Christ, alright. This is probably gonna be really expensive because deadbolts aren't cheap. And what size deadbolt?
Hello.
Bigger gives more.
New Babbage, capital city of microtech, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity. Hi, and welcome to New
I'm sure
Babbage.
there's a sweet spot though. Okay, yeah.
Clear of disembarking passengers. The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily.
Well, still, did you find any Lindium yet? Or after the hangar in Levski murdered you, were you set back? Hey, Nineball, we're in the same boat here. We're in the same boat here. I really don't see why they had to remove the rarer stuff from dismantling if it's if it's base quality. Because like I guess it really is just they want to give value to industrial players, but there's no way for them to easily share that value with other players in game, and they've cut down on trading amounts and stuff.
The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily.
Jesus, that loading lag. I just don't know how else we get NDBs, right? Before it'd be you go to Hathor and you loot them off, but now those all be bricked. God, the frame rate's bad. Yo, chill game. Alright, let's buy like a range of Deadbolts 1s and 3s, right? So we're gonna buy. I'm gonna guess we want to do the smaller ones more. So 11 of those. I'm gonna buy I'm gonna buy 3 of them. And now if the 11 give us more than the 3, we know that is not worth buying that, right? Because that's roughly the same cost. Actually, the 3 was still more. Ekon, I'm in QT to the Galatian belt.
Hey there.
Hey, villain. Good to see you, man. We're trying to craft NDBs, and I'm being very frustrated by this goddamn game. I'm almost to the point where I'm just going to kill someone. You're not a player, but you perched like one. The NPCs are evolving. They're learning. The Betty radar, so that's probably gonna be right here. Okay, it's cheap. So let's spend another 400 grand. Oh my god, alright. Well, we're back in the hobo status here.
Hey there.
I feel like this is what happens when people are in New Babbage for too long. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What are you trying to say, Syl? New Babbage is my favorite landing zone. What are you trying to say? Huh? Huh? Well, I want like 10 NDB 30s and 2 NDB 26s. Right?
Stand clear of disembarking.
Living in a giant Apple store isn't healthy for you guys. Yeah, and living in
Station momentarily.
the place that always has an air quality index of like you're gonna die if you aren't wearing a trash bag on your head. It has the Lorville scenic poo pipe. Or let's not even talk about the death rates by falling in a Warzone. And I mean, your comparison, your other thing is literal Night City. So I swear, Nineball, I swear, if I just lost half my wealth to not be able to craft like one gun, I'm gonna be very upset. I'm gonna be very upset. I raise you space whales. Do you? Do you, Syl? Syl, do you? Can you show me a space whale? Also, I said this before. Here's my beef with Orison. Scale. Orison does not feel like a city or like a landing zone. Like none of the landing zones are actually that big. But like Lorville, especially with after the rework, looks huge. ArcCorp has scale, EMS. New Babbage is small for what it is, honestly, but it's at the very least you see structures and buildings you can go land on rooftops. With Orison, the actual amount of like space you see doesn't sell that this is a place where people live. It really does just sell that it's like a factory. Like you have one building, one singular building where people live. Think about that. You have literally a single building, which is the apartment complex, and there's nowhere else in Orison that you can see any sort of private property or people living or housings, things like that, right? You have the resort, which is for Siege of Orison. Like it doesn't feel like a city or like a landing zone. It just feels tiny. It's okay, Nineball. You're just making sure. You're making sure I stay hobo for murder hoboing. We're gonna buy an Atlas Geo. No, here's what Orison is. Orison is a dockyard mixed with an oil rig. That is what Orison is. It's just made fancy, but like it doesn't sell that this is a place that you go and you live your whole life there and stuff, right? It's a place you go to work. It does not in any way feel like there's not enough NPCs, there's not enough buildings, there's not enough traffic in the air. It does nothing to sell that this is anything, right? So the Deadbolt ones give okay, they get 15. They don't get both. I was gonna be so mad, like, where's the gold? But no, okay. And then the 3s. I think the 1s are worth it more than the 3s. Just straight up. Because it's about 5 times the cost for only about like 2.5 to 3 times the material. Betty. Maybe we can get a Bruisey, but that's a sim racing brand. I found some Lindidium. I'm gonna need help in the mold to crack this rock. Are you on my server? I feel like this didn't do it. I feel like this isn't dismantling. Let's just try one at a time. Oh my god. One at a time. Yeah, I can start a party. Yeah, I can absolutely start a party. All right. Star Citizen, why are you making crafting such a pain in the dick? We'll try this. We'll try a lesser amount. Okay, now it's working. Okay. It's not a huge deal. This sounds really weird. It sounds like you're in like a big like construction center or something, or like a fab shop. Like there's echoes to it. It's 4. Okay, yeah, so we can have 8 total, I see. This way we can sell you a larger fabricator that can handle more bulk orders at a time, instead of providing any sort of depth to the experience. To be fair, this was a case of didn't read, so there we go. All right. All right. I guess I'll head out to come meet you. No reason not taking the Iron Chad. I guess there's just the real question is, how do you get me the ore? Or are you gonna refine it and give it to me later? At that rate, then we should probably just buy multiple crafting tables, right? That would be the answer. Okay, it did go, it just didn't update my screens here.
Looks like you're on your way. It was great being able to.
The next gateway is beyond the horizon. No worries on that 9-ball, you were just trying to help. To be honest, I could have done my own research too, instead of just like, hey chat. You know? Oh god, the lag. Alright. So, it should be that way. Unless I flipped it upside down. Which I might be, that's Terra Gateway. Yep, flip those down. Don't worry about it, Butto. Still don't like that. No, straight up, you could have such cool art on the Ironclad. That door is such a beacon for it. There we go. The metal box. This right here, the Ironclad, this is a Space Marine vehicle, right? Like, this has the exact same vibe as this guy. A metal box. Update, I got a Lindium asteroid in front of me. Alan is working around SC right now in order to come assist in cracking the rock. Yeah, I'm on my way too. What's the quality? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care how high it is. Just are we gonna get a good quantity of the of it? Like, are we gonna get like some that are usable and others that are trashed? There's like the two stages to it, right? Well, I think that would pivot there when we move that much. Oh well. Every time I bring up my prospector, it just seems to be. Do you want me to pick you up? I mean, I've got a base golem. I'm not sure, but if he's got, what ship is he flying? Is he in a mole? If he's in a mole, we can all just get into his ship, right? My bad for having the party chat muted, by the way. That's a rookie mistake by me. You got the gold on the grid? I do not, Ekon. I dumped that zero quality stuff off, and I have not pulled up. I'm not carrying anything for right now, so I think it's safer to transport just the Lindium back to New Babbage than it is to move the gold out there and then the NDBs back, right? So we're just gonna be moving that however much Lindium you get back. Has 6, 18 or 11%, so it'll be enough for a couple of them. Okay. Now, one thing I can do is I get the Ironclad. I can come get more bags for you. Or stuff. Looks like Syl figured out his issues. And we're coming out of jump here. Got you. What does titanium do? I mean, I don't really care about the damage increase. I care about the base gun, but like anything that would give recharge rate or capacitor size would be actually more insane than just pure damage. Okay, yeah. HP 4 doesn't really matter on a fighter. Yeah, if that works, I hope it does, but all of my experience trying to pirate miners tells me that might brick the bag and I might not be able to see the context, but I'm down to try it. Because if that works, that'd be really cool. Alright, chat, do we think the Ironclad will make the jump to Nyx? Remember, we are not in the PTU, we are in live. So no more fixes aside from what came in 483. Use the malice method. That's the wiggle, right? Oh, your retro thrusters here. Lead some speed down as we're coming up. All right. Ah, okay. So never mind. I must have. Weird. I've never been able to get something off of a mining ship. And now we go in. So we got plenty of quantum fuel left. We should be good to jump straight to Ekon and crew. So Ekon, do you want me to pick up spare bags for you? So that way when we are filled, we can just do a like sort of a hot swap, or do you think it'll take us a while to actually fill that bag? And it's not really worth it. Once we have the first set, okay. Looks like we made it through. All right. And I refine out Levski in next, correct? Sounds good. This has definitely been the quantum jump stream, though. I'm in a cryo chamber to Liberator, right? I now currently own both a Liberator and an Ironclad Assault. So I have two Ironclad Assaults. Because I had extra account value after I melted my Tiburon, and I'm like, you know what? I wanted the Ironclad to test in PTU, and PTU doesn't have loaner ships, right? But I might keep it because it's also going to be my main cargo ship, I think. Before that, I had a raft, and because I love the raft. It's kind of perfect for a cargo ship for somebody who doesn't want to do cargo. But the Ironclad Assault was also appealing as a carrier and other things, and I really do like how it looks and stuff. I just what sold me on it initially I was like, I'm just gonna keep my Polaris and not mess with the Ironclad, right? But oh, here we go. It was the initial RRR implementation, like, well, okay, that's actually really cool, because one issue the Polaris does have is it actually has a pretty small cargo bay for what it is. Hop on the starboard laser if you can, mate. All right, 50% when you're on. So I've only ever been on a mole to loot it. Some weird colors on that asteroid. Don't get too close, okay? I feel like 500 meters should be about good. My radar even powered? It is. There they are, okay. I don't think my radar is working, if I'm gonna be real with you. I think that's my ships down there. there's the crack. Okay, we're gonna come to a stop. We're going to couple mode on. Get out of the seat here. I'm gonna open up the top. I know you guys still have to collect and maybe do further breaks. I have never done a rock breaker. I wanted to go pirate it, but then it cost too much to get into, and then when I tried it once, literally nobody was doing the open one, the PvP one, which is like, this is my issue with the rock breaker. If rock breaker was just Hathor in space, it would have been so fun. Like if there were 4 rock breaker sites across Nyx, all different quadrants, right, that were just open, that you just go and do sandbox even without the mission, right? It would be so, that's the wrong thing. It would have been so fun. But instead, you can buy your own little private, and even if you are going to the ones, they're all fucking hidden, and there's hundreds of them. And could have a group project night where we all jump with you on stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm down. I'm absolutely down. I've been really enjoying playing with y'all. Even my little usual antisocial PvP yourself. All right, we're opened up. And then I don't think I can get up onto the roof while we're in space, sadly. Wait, I wonder. Hold on. Ekon. Could I just come out in my golem? And could I just collect the broken rock? That way you guys don't even have to waste your bags. That was a little bit more power than I meant to do there. Alright, I have not done this in a little while. Let me try to remember this here. How do I change mode? The right click? No. I forgot how spicy this thing is to fly, actually. I don't remember these keybinds at all. Alt left click. Thank you, Dirty Duck. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm usually not in these ships, Dirty Duck. I'm usually in a ship like that one right there. I'm a dirty fighter pilot, but we're trying to craft NDBs for the next the next meta coming to stuff. And my community is thankfully helping my stupid butt through this whole process. You can cite the purple rocks. Okay. I don't want to get in the way when they crack them. That's a good one.
Is hit.
Ow. I'm primarily miner. I haven't played in a week or so because I got tired of trying to do Hathor solo. Buddy, if you want someone to cover you while you do Hathor. First of all, I do have an org and we are looking for miners. Not saying you have to join though. If our schedules ever match out, I'm a dirty PvPer. I love that shit. I will happily sit in a fighter and just fly around and cover your ass while you're down there. That's like kind of unironically my fantasy in the game. It says, who wants to run escort duty? Like, if it's Hathor, if it's an event that's pretty guaranteed to have PvP, yeah, I'll do it. If it's like mining out in the belt, that's a different story, right? There's like nothing really gonna happen to us out here. A Hathor, where people go for missions as well and stuff, yeah. Ow!
Is hit.
Oh, that's all crap stuff. Oh, somebody stole some. No, it's okay. Can't refine directly from the ship. Okay, got you. No, yeah. I mean, my org definitely has a piracy wing, but so we have three different wings. We have one that's an entirely an industrial group. And they're looking for members, man. I'll give you a referral if you want, and stuff. And then you won't be forced to play with the pirates and stuff, or with the combat teams. We let you do what you want. Obviously for Hathor though, like, we really appreciate having people who are really good at the mining loops, because that's a lot of time and effort for everyone, right? Move to the Iron Shadow to jump back, right? No worries. Go ahead, my friend. So I'm actually the flight instructor for the org. So I'm technically part of that combat section, but I'm technically leadership, but really I'm just do flight instructing. I don't make any decisions for anything. All right. Well, you don't have to join. Just if you're a good miner and you're looking for people to do stuff with, there's that. If you also want to keep one solo, you want to have me as a friend, I will just come fly air cover for you. I won't take any of your Karenite. I don't need it for anything. Like, the only reason we're doing mining right now, like I said, I'm trying to craft NDBs for the next patch. Now, where is my ironclad? There it is. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to add me, like I said, so this is usually around the time I play during the week, and then during the weekends I can play earlier. But my in-game name is CALIEDE. Feel free to send me a friend request if you want to on Spectrum. No worries, just offering it out there. Well, yeah, and that's the difference though, Dirty. And just to advocate for the other side a little bit. A lot of people who go to Hathor are not there for the Karenite. They're there because it's an open PvP zone that people going there know is there for PvP. So it's a little bit more honorable to go and fight there. And like, so for example, when I'm bored, I'll go there and I'll just look for groups and I'll fight groups. Because it's a good way to get away from, like, to actually measure your actual skill. That isn't just in Arena Commander, because Arena Commander is like the top 5% of the verse, right? The very best of the pilots. to actually see where you progress, I go and try and get fights in verse. I only do it at Hathor though, because Hathor is at least understood by the majority of players to be a PvP spot. Like I won't like attack somebody in a random area in Stanton. I'll be chill everywhere else. And then Pyro's also, but that's Pyro. But then I will attack, but I have rules. I have rules of engagement. So it's you're in a combat ship, or you're in a group, or you're in a capital or sub-capital ship. If you're in a starter, if you're in a cargo, a miner, a salvager, or a multi-hull ship, basically anything smaller than a capital ship that has a cargo bay, I try to leave you alone most times. Obviously if you attack me at that point, then you dug your own grave, right? But like, for example, if I see a bunch of hornets at Hathor, I'm gonna go mess with them, because what else are they there for, right? So it is murder hobo. I'm not saying it's not murder hobo, but sometimes the people who are there for the experience of fighting, not necessarily there for the loot, right? And you can disagree, and you can say that's still shitty to do, and that's fine. That's your opinion, right? But I want to do Hathor. Yeah, Ninebot, we should do Hathor. One thing I was thinking of doing that, I was trying to actually solo it here. So all right, so I need to undo those bags. And where's the other bags that we'll put in here? I don't see them. Did I crush them? The very front. Am I blind? I am blind. Haha. I want to move it to the actual cargo. Or is that an actual grid? That's an actual grid. Holy shit. Unlock your ports and grid does. 10-4. Don't use that grid? Okay. Alright, I'll move it. Yeah, Dirty. I hope that at least showed the perspective of the PvP group. I get that, and Dirty, I think that will become more possible as social tools come online. Because right now, only even the first 100 people in the server get voice chat to each other. There's no private messaging. So if you go up to a guy and then you talk, and he can't hear you, what's going to happen is that says empty. So it's the back one. Shit. Okay, it's the back one. And then he can't hear you, and you're talking global. You then say, hey, guy at Hathor, want to do Hathor? And even if he says yes, you just told the entire server that you're at Hathor, and people are going to go hunt you to fight you, right? So with social tools, as they bring in better voice comms, if they bring in a better hailing system, as they bring in a way to... I would love more, Ekon. I would love more. If you want to keep mining, I'll just go start the refinery, grab some new bags for you. I don't know how much this is going to give me, but I would love more. I would love about 10 SCUs of this crap. So Dirty Duck, I also play a lot of a game called DayZ, and DayZ is a hardcore survival game with PvP and permadeath and stuff. And in that game, some of my most fun is unironically just saying, hey bud, I see you, let's not fight, let's work together. And that's cool, but the Star System doesn't really allow that yet with the lack of social tools. So like right now, a lot of people who like for example, people who are saying instance everything, I don't want to ever run into another player, that's because they've been hurt by basically how violent the verse is right now. The verse is only that violent because we have no real way of reliably communicating with random people in a safe way, right? Like if hailing worked and you could tell what somebody was saying to you, or tell if they had voice chat muted or something, or if you could open a private comms channel to somebody. Yeah, is that ever since they raised the player cap above 100, it's been broken. Like not even just VoIP, but like straight up like everything, right? From, you know, reputation systems, like social tools is going to be a huge boon to that. Because if you are a miner, right, and you fight occasionally, but you're usually stellar reputation, and you see another guy and you scan him and you go, oh wait, that guy is also an A+ safety rating person. You know, you can walk up to him and you can chat, right? Whereas if you scan me, like, this dude killed 3 guys yesterday for a taco. Holy shit, you're gonna know to just shoot me, right? And I'll deserve it. That will be deserved. Like, social tools, like, I also like feel like this game does a really bad job of separating the players, right? Like, if pirates had more pirate only locations, they could just say, yo, if you have a crime stat, you can't even fucking land at New Babbage. You can't even fucking land at Orison. They will shoot your ass down, right? And then you exist more in these outlaw spaces. Like if there were more places like Grimhex, maybe even hidden and stuff like that, so there wasn't just one place for bounty hunters to hunt, right? And then you could live in these different locations, do your own different work, and then just kind of exist in different spaces. And then we have an actual HiSec where, hey, I can attack you, but I will die for it, so I need to be ready for those consequences because they're going to spawn unkillable NPC ships or something, right? Like how Eve does it. Yeah, no, the crime stat system is broken right now, and so like, one thing, as a PvPer, I encounter this a lot. I will go to Hathor and I will shoot down 5, 6, 7 people, never get a crime stat. Like, here, this is not just me flexing. I have a video taken from a few nights back when we were doing Hathor as an org, and we were fighting another org there. And let's see, it's gonna be this one, I believe. Oh, please don't be corrupted. That would be such a loss to lose that fight. That was the one that I did with my org. Let's see, can we open it with you? Here we go. Yes. So this recording was started a little bit late into it. We started the fight before, but basically they were already here and we were about to start it, and so we didn't know if it was gonna be or not, so we came to fight them. We have 3 fighters versus their entire org. We have 2 M80s and an arrow, right? We got a lot of time on you here, yeah. I want to focus on
Squash right now. And
Squash?
Yep.
and we're gonna skip forward a bit here, get to the engagement, right? But as we go through this entire fight, none of us get crime stats, even though we are in like look, there's the eye, we're in this space, right? We're in the area where there should be detection for it. Ever since they added in engineering and they removed soft death, right? Getting a power plant kill is not a crime at all, right? And even then, if the power plant blows up, if you don't actually full tick their ship down and the power plant explodes, it is a negligent homicide. It's not a murder. It's like you accidentally killed this guy that I was shooting, that you were shooting at, right? And so you don't get any sort of penalty for it. With negligent homicide, you can pay it off. You can pay off your crime stat 3 because it's just a heavy misdemeanor, not a felony, right? So we go through this entire fight. We kill multiple members of their org. We don't take many casualties at all. But nobody in this fight gets a crime stat. I am murdering this person in this mantis right here. Like, they're not gonna survive this. There it is. Look, whole kill. We're in that, no crime stat because the power plant popped. It wasn't a murder, right? So even as a PvPer, I want security to matter. Now granted, I would still want Hathor to be in a low sec area so we can have our fights, but in general, right? Before Pal's getting pirated but doesn't know it. So like, yeah, so much of what's lacking in the game is causing a lot of friction between the two communities, and I think it's really damaging, right? Like, people are really excited for instancing, which I'm really not, and but it's less because of performance or like not seeing people troll. It's I don't want to get griefed or PvP'd, so I would want to be in an instance where only my friends are, even though, like, for example, you can't like go to ASC, see a guy, talk with him, do it together, make a friend, you're gonna get an org mate now, right? You can't like be in a bunker. Let's say the bunker's instance. Well, I know they didn't say it's going to be, but for example, you're in an instance, you can't call a medic because he's not in your party or he's not in the player limit of that, right? So like, I'm really worried about what instancing will do for the kind of the soul of the game, and like the open nature and the interactions that we could have if we just had actual high security, working social tools, working rep. Like, if you could look at somebody, scan their transponder, and know what you were expecting from them, right? Like, basically, CIG not prioritizing this has really given a lot of power. Kitty, yo, you can't do that. You can't knock over my drink right onto my flight sticks. I caught that, baby boy. But it's given a lot of power into the worst parts of the community. Like, even I'll say, like the genuine griefers, not just PvP. Dude, my cat is fucking up my audio. Dude, I'm gonna Kitty. So I've got like this Go XLR. Let's come to a coupled stop here. And he is on my desk rolling around. You're being a brat. Oh, you're being a brat. You're being a brat, boy. You can't do that. All right. But like, Kitty, no, you can't be up here. You've lost that right. Where am I even at over here? Like, Origin, old Siege of Origin, sure, there was griefers and stuff. There was this cool big server-wide event, and like, for example, like another thing I just like the Xenothreat mission that we just did last night, where like the Ironclad Assault showed up, the Corsair showed up, a bunch of people rallied to come help us fight this, and it was entirely, where am I? Whoa, bro, why can't I see any of the Levski stuff? Am I just like on like the ass end of the asteroid here? Like, that's what like I like about Star Citizen is the open interactions. And yeah, I'm a PvP pilot. Yeah, I'm confident that if somebody attacks me, I can kick their ass. So I'd probably have a different point of view than people who do this. But like, what I don't want this game to become is a co-op only or solo only game where you can literally just play the entire time and not interact with anybody at all. Like, even like in a tertiary way, because that's going to suck more life out of the verse. I'm like lost here at Levski. I'll be real with you, chat. There it is. It's not crashed, the Iron Chad. So like, I'm really personally against instancing, because CIG also, whenever they come out with something new, it's almost never like a little bit. It's always a lot. And I'm worried that this is going to be the lever that they pull on to make content more stable. And so every new release is going to be instanced. Stormbreaker will be instanced. ASD will be instanced. And like, running in the randos in the ASD I actually really liked. I very rarely PvP'd at ASD. But back when I was doing it, there was a few times I did genuinely team up with the guys at ASD and invite them to party and stuff, right? So need to instance your desk from your cat, dude, for real. Really, I just need to clean up my desk a bit though. I shouldn't have this many drinks on top of here. But yeah. I'm just really worried about like them overdoing it, and then the soul of the game, the open nature, is gone. Like I'll be honest, I didn't buy Star Citizen to have a Destiny or a Guild Wars type experience, right? Like I really do love the open nature of the verse. But once again, I'm a PvP pilot. But once again, I'm not just saying just for PvP, just so I can kill people. I think it's literally all sorts of interactions are going to be, yeah, the MAs will be very, very good.
but that's an issue they've had for a while because CIG won't. Hey, you need to go. You are making a huge mess. You're making a huge mess. I'm gonna lock you out, okay? You don't get to be here with me right now because you're making a mess. So you're gonna get locked out. And you're gonna go hang out with your brother. 1 second, guys. Where's my mouse? Did he kill my mouse? He killed my mouse. There we go. You're being a little terrorist. I love you, but you can't. He like refuses to not knock over my drink. If it didn't have a lid, I'd already have a huge mess. I really don't want contested zones to be instanced. I think that would absolutely murder them, man. Like look, I hated being camped in contested zones as much as anybody else when we were doing it, but man, would that be horrible if they had a hard player count and they had just a oh, you can't join this when your friend's in because it's got 5 players already. That would be awful. I would, like I said, the contested zone is something that I never want to see instanced. I'm honestly just against the concept in the game. Well, I'm also against the Rockbreaker stuff, Stars. I think I thought Rockbreaker should have been like a half or there should have been 4 sites, and they were just open. There was no paying for a contract to go do them, and then you just risk your stuff. But instead, they put thousands of locations, and nobody plays the PvP version of them. Literally nobody plays the PvP version of Rockbreaker. Go look up YouTube and see if anybody has any videos of combat or fights at Rockbreaker. You won't find it. It's a shame. I mean, right now already, if you Aberdeen's the place to go if you don't want to fight. Daymar is the contested one. No, there's hundreds of them, 9ball. Or like they said there's something like 40 of them that are for the mission, and like 70 of them that are for the like other missions that take place and that don't have the rock. And Dirty, it's okay if we disagree. Like, I know my views on instancing are kind of extreme, but I really am worried that it's going to kill the soul of the game. Interesting. Like, I'm okay with there being player count caps on servers. I'm okay if we never get the one shard, right? Where everything's happening in one shard. I don't think that's possible. But I feel like if I'm in a server and I fly to a location that somebody's at, I want to see that person. Whether it's to help them, to hurt them, to just talk with them, to potentially trade with them. Like, well, I think the main issue and the main reason why so many people just want to like, nope, cut me out, give me my own private piece of space that no one can interact with me is because CIG has completely foregone any sort of security for players. Like, if we have social tools, if we have a genuine high-sec system, right? Like, if they make it so I can't, you know, if I attack your ship, the UAE Navy drops a fleet on my ass that literally is invincible and cannot be destroyed, and that has stats that I can't match, like they do in Eve, then I still might see, okay, if you're hauling like, you know, a whole cargo bay of Karenite and pure Karenite, I'd be like, you know what? That's worth the risk. I know I'm going to die over this. I'm gonna call my pirate buddies. I'm gonna attack this and die, and this stuff will be floating here, and hopefully my buddies can come and take the loot. And that's one thing. But then if you have like contracted cargo or you have nothing at all, am I gonna pirate or PvP? No, I'm not, because that's gonna get my ass in jail. That's going to immediately stop anything that I was trying to do. We don't have genuine high set. Huge orbs will gatekeep CMS on it. Yeah, so Stars. what we do then is we give solo players tools that are good at punching up against orcs, and we stop balancing the game around the orc, right? I'm not saying make them invincible, but the problem is here's the genuine truth. Any PvP pilot that has done 5 minutes, an hour of actual training with somebody who knows the flight model will not die to an NPC. The NPCs in this game are atrociously bad. Atrociously bad. I did put it in the freight. I think I set it down. Am I in the right place? No, I'm not. Like, as much as I hate to say it, like, okay, ASD could be an instance. I would hate it because I have ran into people there and that was kind of cool. But ASD, where you are like a main character and there's story stuff, that makes sense for an instance, right? Yeah.
Fear of disembarking.
And so like, if CIG can't make better AI that will actually challenge a PvP fighter pilot, then if they just need to simply hard stat check them and to say you can't do that here. C788 S4 cannon balance, physical damage reduced. That's still good, yeah. I just fucking went the entire loop. I don't spend a lot of time in Lesky, as you can tell. So like, I really feel like the verse could work as it is and open if they just actually put some protections in for people. Like, I'm a PvP pilot and I would like, eventually everyone's gonna have to go through Pyro. If I gotta live in Pyro to get my fighting, I'm cool with that. Or if you know, bounty hunting was better. Bounty hunting is really rough right now. It's just a camping game. Like, I would love to bounty hunt if it was actually fun, but right now it's Camp Grimhacks or Camp SPK, and that's not fun. Yeah, all right. So how the fuck do I do? This is trading, this is selling. We don't want to sell. Hold on. Yeah, that pen is rough. Here we go, right here.
Safety notice. Please follow designated routes and refrain
Okay,
from approaching the
so we have 228, I guess, CSU of Lindium. Yeah, we did not get a lot, so we definitely need more. I guess I'll do that tungsten as well. This is above 500. I do not know how to do this stuff. Here we go. An hour. Barely any AUEC, so we did not get a lot. And then we'll sell the inert and the other stuff. I have more in bags? Okay. I missed that one. That's my bad. All right. right, and then let's buy some more bags. Argo ore pod. That's the one that you guys need, right? And then I need the Drake ore pod. Yeah. Oh, thank God the zombie pirate bug might go away. I just thought Dynex was the best, and I didn't care really about it at the time. Okay, yeah, I can help, absolutely.
Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
I will come, but just understand that you need to give me the most brain dead task, because I am not a miner and I'm very bad at it. I think part of it is that also, like, I'm that DayZ player. I'm that guy who really values player interaction and like the chance to naturally meet people, interact with them. And if we just had social tools, rep tools, a consistent way of communicating, like for example, my org would love to do genuine piracy, but right now we can't talk to somebody before they want to fly away. Like, we just can't. And so we power plant kill board. If they surrender, then, you know, that's one thing. They usually don't, because I'll be honest, who does, right? Then we'll have an FPS fight with them. If we win, then we take all their stuff, and then we salvage their ship, right? But yeah. Audio for vehicle hit feedback. Now fully implemented and playing correctly. Interesting. All right. I also need to get a drinky drink. I just know I'm about to die. Exactly so. But like, if we could like talk to the guy through a door, like, all right, buds, we're coming in. Drop all your weapons on the ground, right? Sit in the back, be entirely unarmed. Let us take what we want, and then we'll let you, and then we'll repair your power plant and send you on your way. That, like, we could do that if we had reliable social tools, right? Especially if that actually stops us from getting a murder charge, right? Yeah, the mole will have the bigger laser, I think. I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure like they just make that the best mining ship of all time. Do you guys need any food and water? Should I bring some over? I haven't played Elite Dangerous since 2015, so I can't really speak on it. But I would give it another try. It's just also, you know, I'm kind of too deep in Star Citizen now as well, right? Have a good one, Nightball. Thanks so much for hanging out, man. And like this is also something that like I would like, I'll be honest, Dirty, I would rather play a like pay a player or like come to people like I don't really like mining. Not saying there's anything wrong with it or anything like that, right? It's just it's not my expertise, it's not my loop. Like I don't even have it bound to my sticks, right? And like there's no good you know player market inside the game. There is I didn't mean to click that, but okay. And then like UEX is so bloated. Like if I wanted to buy the NBDs I'm trying to craft right now, it's like 1.3 mil per, up to like 10 mil on one guy was asking for, right? Shut up. I know I'm poor. But you know, that would encourage me to actually go and get money, right? Because like crafting is purely a mining loop. Like if you don't have a mining ship, you simply can't craft. Like, oh, there was a noodle bar down here. I guess not. Oh well. Is there any food here? Maybe I missed it. There's no food here, is there? Darn. All right, well, I'm coming over. I'm sorry, guys. I was looking for food. Did not find it. But yeah, as for the fighter balance, yeah, it's bad right now. It's actually the worst it's ever been, Dirty Duck, because like at least in the previous patches, kind of like most of the light fighter category was decent, with like 3 or 4 ships being really good. But right now in the ballistic meta, it's only the arrow. Like it just outstats every other light fighter, right? And so I do like what they're doing with weapons and stuff to try to prioritize other ships, but really the core of the issue has always been a flight problem. It's how CIG balances flight, right? They make the bigger, heavier ships always fly worse, even if they have bigger, heavier engines, right? It's like one of the things that they did right with the M80 was giving it a good stat, giving it an instant tuning. That's what one lever you can pull on, even if you turn like shit. You have speed as a lever you can lean into. It's one of the reasons why the M80 is good and the F8 is trash. It's not just weapons, it really isn't. It's the fact that the M80 can get out of a situation and use its speed to force a favorable fight for it, right? You can't do that on a on an F8, and so unless you're very good at using a light fighter's energy against you, like against it, like the fighter tuned heavy fighters are just, they fly the same as light fighters but worse, right? And so they really it's a flight model issue, that if they stopped, like they're so obsessed with it, like, oh, mass determines how a ship flies, which is cool until you realize not every man thruster should be identical, right? Not every main thruster should be identical based on just mass. Like if you're like, realistically, an F8 isn't that much more massive than something like a Hornet, but it's dramatically slower, dramatically worse, making it has bigger space for more fuel and hotter burning engines and stuff like that. So that, like, I'm not saying that they need to fly better in every category, they just need to not be worse in every category. They need to have a niche they can lean into, like the M80 does, right? I'm personally against them giving turret blades to the Scorpius and the Hurricane. Those ships are very, very good when crewed. Those ships are very scary to fight as a fighter, because the amount of effective nose authority you get with the crewed turret that has that much firepower. So let's remember, the turrets on the Hurricane and the Scorpius are sabers. That is a saber's level of firepower, right? So in a fight, it's really scary to mess with a crewed Hurricane or Hornet. Like, that will fuck you up. And as long as the pilot has good roll authority, you have basically infinite nose authority with those 4 guns, right? Most light fighters need to be very careful about that. Hit marker sounds fixed. That's fucking awesome. I need to hear that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm coming. I'm coming. I mean, it doesn't really matter though, because the M80 will still pen it. Like, the M80 is the best heavy fighter in the game right now. Either that or the Guardian MX. Those are like the 2 ones. And then I really put the Scorp and the Hurricane in a category of their own. Where, like, yeah, they aren't really worth the solo, but they're one of the few ships like the Perseus that is absolutely worth it to 2-man, especially if you have one good pilot and one kind of mid pilot. That mid pilot in that gunner seat is a lot more effective than if he was in a saber or in his own fighter, right? But yeah, no, it definitely has heavy fighter armor. So I actually have a video I'm making right now that was on a stream where I went through and I built out like a fictional, like, what would fleet combat look like if more ships were viable, if things were like this, right? Because and I use a lot of their armor and damage things sort of as the basis. Like, all right, so hey, light fighters are defensive because they can't fly in the PTC screens, whereas heavy fighters and medium fighters can, right? So that's going to force them to, Jesus Christ, I can't jump anywhere, dude. I can't route to you guys, so let's just fucking do a little hoppy hop. Oh, you watched it? I mean, it's not a video yet. That's my old stream, yeah. I've been trying to edit it down, but it's an hour and a half, and I have to re-record it because YouTube is stupid. All right. There we go. I can route to you guys finally. I will absolutely take a look, Nineball. We'll pull it up as soon as we jump. Where the fuck are y'all? There we go. No, we can absolutely call out this rock. I appreciate you guys. Oh, okay, Dirty Duck. That's cool. I appreciate that. Okay, let's take a look at these new hit marker sounds. Let's see here. Everyone thank Nineball for sending us this info. He's a great guy. All right, here we go. Hold on, we're going to turn on the music here. That's so much better. That's so much better. Look, they're smaller. They're more see-through. And the sound. My guns are louder than the hit markers. Thank God. So they added in all these cool sounds. You couldn't hear them over the fucking pachinko machines sounds they made. That's some good stuff right there. All right, and let's turn back on our music. You have some tungsten in the hold, there's more in the rock. Okay, yeah, cool, yeah. I don't know if what I will eventually need it for, but anything at 500 quality or above, I'll take. And I'll keep it for as long as CIG lets me. Coming out soon. Well, okay, yes. But I do think the feedback, like the very vocal and instantaneous feedback, did help, so. Right? Obviously, they could have meant to adjust it more anyways. But at least they knew, like, okay, this ain't it, right? I think nobody liked those hit markers. Okay, got you, yeah. No, of course, dude. Look, once again, you can join my org or any org that catches your fancy. I don't only play with org members. Nobody we're playing with tonight is an org member. I'll play with anybody, right? And so if you ever need help or stuff, or if you just don't care, that's fine too. Just offer it that way. All I'm saying is my org is actively looking for more miners and would love to support you, because we have too many combat guys. We have too many honestly FPS combat guys. Not enough trained combat pilots and not enough miners and industrial players to support us, because right, like everybody's going to want to have mining stuff, you know, mining crafted stuff, especially now that the meta for fighters is going to NBDs. Like what we're doing right now, we're gonna need to supply an entire org with it and stuff, right? And so they'll definitely be very interested in making sure you're well compensated for that. I do. These stationary rocks I keep crashing into, I need you to kill them all. Okay, I'm coming out. So you want me to come get on top of in your ship, right? And remember, guys, I am an idiot, so just give me guidance here. Well, so the hit markers will still be there. Just they don't have the different sounds. It's just the tick sound now, and it's or at least the sounds are much less obtrusive, and they're smaller and more opaque. So you will still see it, but they're just not annoying. Dude, BF4 was my shit. BF4 was my favorite game for the longest time. So I'm looking at the port side laser. Absolutely, okay. I fully agree, Ekon. Here we go. Isn't there? Can't I just kind of come in right here? Yeah. Am I in the wrong spot? Or did they finally fix that so you can't just enter? They finally added glass to this? Nope, they didn't. They didn't. Haha, you just have to wiggle. You gotta wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. I'm here. And I'm turning up to 100. And I'm gonna come on. I can see why you can solo operate them all. No shade. No shade. But I do see how this works now.
Attack on shield.
Alright. Waiting for further instructions. Oh god. Okay, that's my bad. That's my bad. I think we're okay on it though. My bad. My bad, chat. Ow, I'm sorry. I saw him hitting it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll hit it too. Do you still need me or am I a liability now? You can set the purple one. Man, even the lower quality stuff is 500. This is probably all the stuff I'll need then, if I don't pull up any more of it. This is a really good rock. You teach us how to fly, we'll teach you to bob. Yeah, there we go. Fair trade. Perfectly balanced as all things must be. I don't think there's anything that we don't want out of it, honestly.
We got enough cargo to take it all. All right.
Attack on shield. Extraction mode on.
Sounds good. Well, you know, there's one thing I'm really good at. It's sucking. I have a lot of experience at sucking. Take that however you want, chat. Those space weeders ain't gonna put themselves down the gullet. Exactly. Alright, you don't need me at all. I'm not gonna dive in it. Ow. I just ripped off my own head tracking. Yeah, this is gonna break one day. I'll get a wireless one. To be fair, this thing's 5 years old at this point. You know what? We're just gonna F9 it. Oh god, that's... Well, now we're stuck on crotch cam. Stay on this time. Alright, there we go. Alright. Is that the whole juicy rock? Still, if you want to catch a ride with me back to the Letsky, you can just land and use my quantum drive. I think it might be faster than your pros. Or if you're just gonna bed log, that's fine too. Huh. Well, that's bizarre. Take some fall damage, I guess. Oh, and then here's a bag I brought back for you. All right, no worries, man. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't set them vertically. Here we go. Hey, hey. There we go. Yeah, and then there's this one too, in the front here, Ekon, that is empty. All right, that's all of it.
Hmm. You guys tell I'm bad at managing Garga? Alright. Let's lock her up. Yeah, the S7A does, which is good. But just not many people have them. But you have yours now, so booyah. Also, buddy, I mean, you just helped me out. If you want any of the higher quality stuff, I really don't care about the high quality stuff. I just care about the 500. Right? Like, sure, having nicer ones will be nice, but like, you guys did all this work. I'm literally poaching off of your guys' kindness, so if you want any of this, just let me know. I would not have gotten this much, or really even maybe any, if I was just trying to figure it out myself with my little mole. Not mole. What am I thinking of? Goddamn, mule. Mule? Golem. Golem. I'm thinking of the golem. Chat. Why does anyone listen to me? I'm so stupid. Alright. And let's head for Lesky. Yeah. Well, so in my experience, the crafted weapons on ships is not noticeable. It is on FPS weapons, but FPS is so desynchy anyways that it's only really noticeable from the user side, right? Not from the guy getting shot. Because usually the guy getting shot gets all his damage pushed to a single tick anyways, right? With ships, I don't know if I thought anybody that had any crafted weapons. I'm gonna guess no. Honestly. Because it seems like a lot of effort for more that most PvP players don't really want to do. The only reason I'm doing it is I can't get those NDBs another way. Like, if I could still go and loot them off of ships at Hathor and just kind of get my own, I would do it that way, right? But like I am a ship tester. I know I haven't made a ship review in a while. It's because the meta has been so changing that I don't feel comfortable recommending people to buy ships, because that's also a real money recommendation, right? It's not just a in-game thing. So I've been waiting for the meta to stabilize a bit before I make more ship reviews. Like, for example, like the Meteor, it's still great, but like we were really worried that it was going to be entirely irrelevant by those C788s. Now that ended up not being the case, but like we had that scare, right? And so I need to test these loadouts, and this is the only way I'm going to be able to do them, because Arena Commander still doesn't accurately simulate engineering. It doesn't. It's still, when your power plant reaches zero, it's still always an explosion. Fighters always blow up, so time to kill versus time to disable and verse is vastly different between Arena Commander and PU. So like, before I can do any recommendations on builds or ships, I need to get PU combat in them, right? I feel you, Dirty. I wish I had that level of restraint. I'm a silly little man child, though, and I spent way too much money on this game. Absolutely. Absolutely, Ekon. You know what? Honestly, the base paint on the Ironclad is actually growing on me. I didn't like the yellow because that felt like the more industrial paint, when the red and black felt like the more military paint. But you know what? It contrasts really nicely with the blue of Quantum, and especially out here in Nyx, it looks pretty nice. gonna be real with you, Dirty. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I have too much money in this game. It's helpful now that I'm a YouTuber about it, but that was never the plan until I got really deep into PvP. My only saving grace is I have not spent more on ships in the game than I have my whole gaming setup, or like my sim rig, or my Warhammer armies. Like, it's not, or my firearms collection. Like, it's not my most expensive hobby, but it is still too much fucking money. I'm aware. I've seen the Aesop. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Fun to hell with new player here and there. Yeah, guys, I'm just a noob. I'm just a noob. It was fun to take the Ironclad out today, though. I'm really glad we had no issues. Our Ironclad was as nice as a kitten today, so that has me really excited for the 4.9, and when we're going to be doing the live off of it challenge. The upside is now that I'm a YouTuber is I can melt ships and I can get any ship in the game and I can test it out. But yeah, it's a problem. Oh! Well, that was a landing fail. We hit the back. Alright guys, F tier landing. That's me not having enough experience captaining the ship. We bunked the engines there. I'm okay with the shredders being bad right now. There's a lot of... Basically, what we sadly need is we need next flight model. We need them to reevaluate how they balance heavy and medium and light ships. Having the lights outfly them in every category will always lead them to being dominant in that category. They should have most advantages, just not pure every advantage, right? That's why the M80 is so good, is it has something it can leverage. It has a lever to pull on. Like, there have been many times where I've beaten light fighter pilots that were good, that were not just trash, you know, noobs in the M80. Guys who I actually struggle against in light fighters, I beat them in the M80 when it first came out because they didn't expect it. Now, obviously, that was learned to be countered relatively. Okay, I was scared. I just lost one for a second there. Why did they roll the wrong way? Sir, come back. Sir. Yep, exactly, Dirty Duck. That's the biggest problem. Like, I'm okay with shields being tanky, But if I get one down, if I get shield face down, I should be able to keep it down and get full gun recharge. Right now you have the short mag, and that's really annoying. And like, for example, oh hey Icon. I'm like, who the hell's in my hangar? I appreciate it, bud. But yeah, like losing like you're fighting a Connie, right? And he rolls, and before you can get back onto that flank, even in a fighter, right, at range, right? Like if he's at a distance and he gets the full recharge, it just feels bad. Shield recharge is way too quick. All right. I'm okay with capacitors for repeaters. I would like more capacitor on cannons, because cannons don't only recharge slower, they have less, right? So like, I felt like if the gun on time was roughly equivalent, right? So like the time it took you to end the mag, full recharge, fire again, if that was just equivalent between the two, right? Because okay, actually, hold on. That would feel really good for dogfighting, but that would not feel good for the larger ships. You just get so much more DPS. The cannon recharge delay is a way of balancing the larger ships. I mean, they're already losing, right? But we also don't want to extra nerf it, so it's hard to say. But like for dogfighting, especially because cannons already require way better aim than repeaters do. But yeah, but like even with yeah, I would actually like there to be a change either in how armor is calculated or in how laser damage is applied, because one of my biggest complaints with the armor system is it devalues already devalued seats in many ships, right? Any size 2 or size 3 turret is just garbage, and you don't want anyone in it ever. And that shouldn't be the case, but obviously these ships either need redesigns for bigger turrets, or what I advocate for is your laser damage output is buffed or nerfed by the size of your power plant, right? So like, let's say for example, the size 3 on a Connie, the size 3 power plant on the Connie, or whatever size the Connie has, it might be size 2. Anyways, like a Connie or a larger ship, those size 3 guns are going to be more damaging because they're on a larger ship with a better power plant than on a fighter, and that way those seats are actually able to participate in the fights that they are trying to do. Because most large ships will be fighting other large ships, right? So it's the Pharaon. No, that doesn't seem right. Wait, what? There's the whales. That's funny, Adam. It's just not worth crewing them, right? Whereas if you compare it to the Perseus, it's like, yes, we want to be in those seats, right? And honestly, point defense versus fighters just isn't in a good state. And so like, what I don't want is two crewed constellations and only the pilots are playing together and fighting. whereas the rest of the crew is waiting and or doing nothing, right? I don't see it. Let me just scroll back up, way back to where you guys recommended. Baron is faster and same yield. Really? Okay, so they're just lying. They're just lying about the moderate.
Please follow designated routes and refrain from approaching the tanks.
All right, I'll try it. I mean, not really. We have the Corsair, right? The Colony is my example because it's a ship that a lot of people like, right? It is like the first like big multi-crew ship. Wait, it will discard a material? Why? Why can't I? Shit, Lindium is discarded.
Safety list. Please follow designated routes and refrain from approaching the tanks.
Okay. Okay. So now I need to be careful and not leave these in here, correct? I need to pump them out. Because if I leave them in there, then I will lose them when the patch comes. So honestly, bro, I'm with you, Dirty, but it's such a popular ship. It's like the new Cutlass, right? Like everyone says, all right, after your starter, get a Connie now instead of get a Cutlass, right? But I'm with you. I don't like the Connie. That's why I use it as the example. But there are a lot of ships that have pretty crap turrets that aren't worth manning. And so if we just buff laser weapons based on capacitors and stuff, right? At the very least, then you know that you can get better performance out of them than on other ships. It still wouldn't be very clear messaging, but it'd be just a way also for them to potentially damage other things and still be worth crewing. Because right now, it's just not worth crewing most ships. And even if you make it fun, like crewing the Ironclad Assault's really fun. Crewing the Polaris is actually really fun. But players will take the path of least resistance, and especially in a game like Star Citizen, if you're going to PvP, you almost owe it to the people you're with to try to be meta, or at least be competitive, because the amount of time and effort invested for any sort of operation is so high, right? So like it almost feels like you're trolling if you're like, hey guys, let's full crew my multi-crew ship, instead of like, bro, listen, just bring a fighter, or hey, just get in a Perseus, get in an Idris, right? And that feels bad. I don't want that. So anything to buff multi-crew would be good. I also think turrets themselves need buffs, but that's a whole different thing. Like, once again, the Perseus is like the perfect ship for multi-crew as like a benchmark. The pilot has a ship that feels good to fly. He has very powerful torps, but they're situational and they're expensive to use, so you don't want to use them all the time, right? Then you have some pilot weaponry, but it's not a lot. You have 2 size 3s, but then your turrets are the god kings of that ship. They are the heroes of that ship, right? Those turrets, everyone wants to man them. Like if you're bringing a Perseus and you say, hey guys, we need Perseus gunners, people will volunteer for that role, because that's just that's the power fantasy of the ship. It's not the pilot, it's the turret gunner, right? And it's created a genuinely great ship, And I think the Idris and the Polaris and any future capital ship that's not the fucking Odin needs to follow. Like, give the pilot stuff to do, give them a fun ship to fly. Even I'm not saying fast or maneuverable, I'm saying fun, right? You can make big slow ships fun if you make them challenging, right? Like, being a good helmsman of a big heavy ship should be a skill. That should be something that you should be proud of, right? Yeah. And then, of course, adding like engineering was sort of a thing, but it didn't really achieve what it wanted because they rolled it back in so many ways. But also, like, being a firefighter it is fun in the moment, but it's not enough for somebody to be a dedicated engineer. It really isn't. So, like, give engineers like a mini game that they can play on the engineering console to help you with power management, or to buff your ship in various ways, or like have them track down when power nodes get broken and reroute power from their console, and only go and fix fuses when it's absolutely mandatory, right? Like, give them a skill-based minigame to play on that console in the combat. And also, honestly, like, give them like a little screen with like a camera or something so they can see the fight too. So if they're just on board the ship, you know, is what it is, right? Like, if they just, like, it can be really fun, genuinely, to work together like on an ironclad or on some other stuff, and like load cargo together, do stuff, go out. Like, this was fun. We've crewed our ironclad on the PTU. We've crewed the Polaris PTU. That was fun. But like I said, if I'm going into a fight, and we are getting the org together and we're investing time, energy, effort, like, it's even the smallest fight is hours of people's time altogether. Yeah. Then I genuinely feel bad when I don't try my best. Because if we lose the fight, or if we lose the event or something, everyone's a waste of time, and there's usually not a feels good. But if we put up a good fight and barely lose, that can still be a feels good. Or if we win, right? And so, like, I always feel like, even though I wouldn't mind doing other stuff, and I definitely want, like, as a PvP player, I don't just want, like, I have flown Night Fighters since the game started. You think I don't want there to be more variety in both what I see in the battlefield and what I can fly? Like, even if I stay in fighters, right? Like, the F8 is super cool. I love how it looks. I love the amount of firepower it has. It just is a flying turd. And I can't scale the gap because the flight model has taken away so much of my flight authority in it that even if I was one of the best pilots in the game, which I'm not, I'm a journeyman, but like, I'm still at a huge disadvantage doing that, right? So, like, I want more ships to be viable. I want multi-crew to be dangerous. Like, I want fighters to have actually a really quick time to kill that's really fun and skill-based, but I don't want that same quick time to kill for multi-crew ships, because they need to have time for their gameplay to happen, and that would encourage players to this is customs, right? Yeah, it would encourage players to actually use one multi-crew ship instead of 3 individual ships if they had a better chance of surviving if they were on one, right? Like, let's say you have 3 relatively new players, one of them's been playing for a bit longer and has a cutlass, right? Let's say that they are going to more dangerous, and like, hey guys, listen, if we take our own ships, we're just going to die, so let's all be on one. We can have an engineer help keeping us alive, repairing us, and 2 guys fighting, right? And then maybe we can tank long enough to get away from a situation. Now, obviously, if you have a Mantis, other stuff, the game just crashes. I was trying to get food. That's okay. We're closing down for the night anyways. But yeah, like, all that stuff could encourage us to see more of those ships and to see people crewing ships. Whereas I still get to have my fun skill-based gameplay, right? Yeah. The F8 needs so much help. The F8 needs so much help, and it should be the F22. It should be, the F8 should be an air superiority platform. But the flight model limits it. And I'm not even a Master Modes hater, okay? I have more seat time in Master Modes now than I have in the old flight model. But we really, I mean, here, right here, this is proof that I like the F8. That's my background, right? Anyways, guys, I do need to go. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Econ and Distill for helping me get that war going. I will definitely log back on and I'll get it all out of there tonight in case the patch comes tomorrow. I don't think it will, but it's either Tuesday or Thursday. So I will catch you guys all later. Dirty Duck, it was great talking with you, man. Hit me up if you want help with Hathor or if you want interested in the org. But no pressure at all, man. I'm just glad to have you here as a viewer. Glad to have you chatting. I appreciated your insight and I really enjoyed our conversation. So yeah, catch you guys later. Peace.